Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Celebrations and Thanksgiving across the globe as 2014 begins with hope for a brighter future. President Goodluck Jonathan promises Nigerians steady power before mid-year. Also raises hope on more jobs for the youths as well as improved security. Politicians reflect on 2014, strategize on gaining more dominance, and North Korean leader remains resolute, insists he will eliminate factionalist filth in the country. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. You can also interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device. Swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures and videos. Members of the Covenant Christian Center also gathered at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos for the crossover service. There was palpable excitement in the air when it was time for the countdown to 2014. Our correspondent, Ayotunde Balogun, experienced the excitement and reports.
It's another time for Thanksgiving as worshippers turned out in large numbers at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos for the crossover night service to usher in the new year. The senior pastor of the Covenant Christian Center in his message spoke on what is required as Christians to be partakers of God's kingdom, even as he called for humility from the congregation to chart a new course for their lives.
It will take a conversion process, which means that we've got to change something about the way we do things and then become as little children in order to be able to get in.
He also spoke to the congregation on the need to make the right choices in the new year to fulfill God's word.
The Bible says that when they got to a certain place, it says, harden not your heart, which means a moment is going to come, a defining moment will come in 2014, that defining moment in your life, where you either harden your heart because of the provocation of the situation, or you go up to the throne of grace and you obtain mercy.
And then the time finally comes to usher in 2014 to the delight of the congregation. The Christian service, the crossover service into the new year. It's January the 1st of 2014, and Nigerians and indeed the Christian faithful all over the world are indeed hopeful that 2014 will usher in some interesting events for each and every one of us. Well, that's it. I'm Ayotunde Balogun from the Tafawa Balewa Square, reporting for Channels Television.
Well, Britain ushered in the new year with what was dubbed as the first multi-sensory fireworks display, raining down bubbles and scented mist. The turnout at the River Thames and environs was in thousands. Our correspondent, Doris Okenwa, reports from London.
10, 9, 7, 6.
billed as the world's first multi-sensory fireworks display, Londoners and city visitors ushered in 2014 as many were showered with apple, cherry and strawberry mists and big orange-scented bubbles. The crowds gathered around the flames for the fireworks party was unprecedented.
Happy New Year to everybody!
My New Year resolution is to stop drinking.
Many others have also ushered in the new year in various churches across the city, preferring to embrace 2014 in the arms of the Lord.
High excitement here, very palpable excitement. People are not ready to go home. I tell you, people will stay in these grounds till like 3 a.m. 5 a.m. Everybody's still making money, as you can see, drinking, just being happy, just running around and enjoying being alive in 2014. From London, Doris Akanwa reporting for Channel Television News.
Pope Francis today called for the world to unite against violence as a community of brothers. This was contained in his New Year message delivered to pilgrims at St. Peter's Square. Without referring to any specific conflicts, the Pope urged people to accept each other's differences. He said we all belong to the same human family and share the same goal, which should spur us to work towards a more harmonious world. Since becoming Pope in March last year, he has indicated in his messages his plans for major reforms in the Church this year and is set to announce the appointment of a new group of cardinals to replace those who have died or reached the age of 80 in recent years. While many are looking forward to a brighter 2014, the Commissioner of Finance in Kano State, Mr. Abdullahi Gaya, is starting off the year with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Although it is not clear why he was arrested by the EFCC, he is cooling off there alongside the State Accountant General, Danjuma Mahmood, and the Commissioner for Economic Planning, Mr. Yusuf Bello. This latest arrest is coming about 1 week after the Speaker of the State's House of Assembly, Gambo Salau, the Majority Leader, Hamisu Ibrahim, and the other principal officers were arrested by the Commission over the 2013 budget review that involved the sum of 28 billion naira. Well, as Nigerians usher in the new year, politicians too have started strategizing for the year. While the People's Democratic Party in Lagos goes spiritual in the bid to win the Lagos governorship seat, the All Progressives Congress, APC, is confident of winning elections in 2014 and even the presidential election in 2015. Our political correspondent, Sheung Okimbaloye, now reports.
The expectations for the year 2014 is very high, and eyes are on the political players as their actions will largely shape the year.
Things are getting better, but the Lord is on.
Some of the political parties are already looking ahead of a year that is certainly going to be filled with so much political activities.
We go into this year as a bigger and better political, party. We have absolutely no doubt in our mind that 2014 would witness a lot of, victory for APC at all levels.
In Southeast, it is where we have our strong base. It's the formation point. It's the formation point of our party. But we are trying to expand to win election beyond Southeast geopolitical zone.
The The PDP in Lagos are not leaving anything to chance, as they have gone spiritual in the bid to take over from APC in Lagos and retain the seat at the center in 2015. The year has started already, and in the coming days we will find out what the politicians have in stock.
2014 is going to produce more changes. You will see defections from one party to the other. Depending on what goes on within the APC, the alliance itself may not stand if they begin to jostle for positions. One of the problems that the APC is said to have is that of difficulty with internal democracy. If they don't handle it properly in 2014, it might make it difficult for them to go on to 2015 successfully.
What is happening in PDP actually is deepening democracy in Nigeria, because for PDP to sink the way it has done so far means that we're going to have a strong opposition. The fear is that those in APC are also stray bedfellows in a sense. But for them to have been able to come together and form a party also means a lot, for democracy in Nigeria. What we may see, in the coming months, perhaps into 2015, is that there's going to be a lot of realignment.
Because 2014 is the only full year before the big election year of 2015. Above all, no matter how the gladiators hope to play their games, we hope it will turn out for a better life for everyone. Shehu Okimbale reporting for Channels Television News.
In continuation of our reviews of events in year 2013, our focus tonight is on health. Again, strikes and intra-professional bickerings, cholera outbreaks and a reduction in polio cases are some of the key issues that shaped the health sector in 2013. Our health correspondent, Yomi Otaibe, reports on the major issues.
Start of 2013, all hopes were high that the sector would be relatively calm and progressive. Yes, a few strides in the right directions were made, but highly crucial grounds seem uncovered.
I think the president of the NMB
January 2013, the Nigerian Medical Association's first National Health Summit in Asaba, Delta State. Here, doctors and other health workers deliberated on moving the health sector forward, especially on how to slow down on strike actions and put in place a better intra-professional working relationship in the sector. But the signs of issues swept under the carpet from 2012 began to show in February 2013 when the joint health sector unions embarked on a 3-day running strike and subsequent 7-day full strike in August for the implementation of a 10-point demand, which include skipping of Consolidated Health Salary Scale 10, non-payment of specialist allowances, and issues of consultancy status for allied health professionals.
It is on record that health professionals with requisite qualification have been appointed over the years as consultants. And what the minister tried to do of recent is to make sure that all these appointments were reverted, even those that dated back to 30 years.
In view of all the actions and inaction of our Minister of Health, Mr. Chukwu, we are calling on Mr. President to please remove him immediately as Minister of Health.
The medical doctors also have their grievances: inadequate funding of the health sector and residency training, errors in the existing salary structure for doctors, and other issues. First to call out its members in October for a 24-day strike is the National Association of Resident Doctors. And just before Christmas, the parent body for the doctors, the Nigerian Medical Association, went on a 5-day warning strike after several ultimatums to the federal government. The grass on which the government and its health workers fought are the patients and their family members.
Last month, now my son, you did for this on the level. And now as they say they strike now, I tell you with my son.
The age-long rivalry between doctors and other health professionals became more apparent in 2013 as some issues raised by the NMA for a strike became a source of controversy.
Let there be a circular that, okay, if some people are skipping, let doctors who skip. This consultant village is causing confusion with regards to patient management. Therefore, for now, let us stop it.
From the Nigerian Industrial Court, that has given specific orders that the status quo ante be maintained with respect to health professionals who have been appointed consultants. I think it is contemptuous of that court order. A big insult to our intelligence for the NMA to list that as a conditionality for its members to go back to work.
Also in the year, the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Muhammad Ali Party, suddenly resigned his appointment in late July in what is seen in some quarters as a result of a not-so-smooth relationship at the Federal Ministry of Health.
I have no hard feelings. The only thing is, inevitably, there may be one or two things that I may have done that may have inconvenienced other people.
Away from strikes and controversies, cholera outbreaks took its toll on the people. As of November 2013, the Federal Ministry of Health estimated 1,623 cases recorded, with 86 lives lost in some states of the Federation.
We started from Ogun State, which is generally controlled now, together with Lagos State. But in addition, we have had cholera disease in Oyo State, in Zamfara State, in Sokoto State, in Katsina State, in Plateau, in North.
In health regulation, the hope of Nigerians for a National Health Act was again dashed this year.
A very slow processing of the National Health Bill, which is still under consideration by the National Assembly. In terms of regulation, I think the only fundamental event was the reconstitution and inauguration of the Health Regulatory Council.
Despite challenges in the health sector in 2013, a ray of hope was seen in Nigeria's polio eradication drive. According to the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, the total number of wild polio virus cases in the country as of December 24 stand at 50 against 122 in 2012. Polio outbreak is also increasingly geographically restricted in Nigeria, primarily in Kano and Borno states. A framework for regulating the chaotic drug distribution network in Nigeria also came into effect during the year.
We started the drug distribution guidelines to try to finally coordinate this coordinated drug distribution in this country. The pre-qualification of facilities that is ongoing by the WHO. Of course, the fight against counterfeit medicines has remained there.
A platform for private sector partnership in healthcare also came to be with the launch of the Private Sector Health Alliance of Nigeria.
We are starting with the first step, having a formalized, well-structured alliance that will, from time to time, collaborate with the federal government in the area of health care delivery, which is very important.
Year 2013 could not make the difference in terms of prompt resolution of all issues that trigger strike actions. Although recent preliminary health survey seems to indicate a reduction in maternal and child mortality, the country's health indices remain largely the same, with about only 6 million Nigerians on the National Health Insurance Scheme. Seeing to all these issues with strengthened commitment of all parties in the health sector in 2014 would do the sector a whole lot of good. Yomi Otaibe reporting for Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10. The wife of the Lagos State Governor showers gifts on newborn babies in the new year. Please join us again.